Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to talk about coins, coin doors. How do you get these functions? Do you need extra buttons? Do you need one down here? Or do you need an actual coin door? Or is this all for show? I'm going to show it to you guys here tonight. Now before you drill any type of holes or put any type of doors, hey, Arcade 1-up, all machines do not have any extra buttons for coins. So why do you need coins? You don't. And I'm going to show you how you could bypass all that without the extra buttons, without the coin doors on here, and still be able to play these arcade games without any of that, without touching anything on your control deck here. Or if you do want the extra whistles and features on here, I'm also going to show you how, if you want to, have yours looking like mine with the coin door. But yeah, it's pretty much for show. So let's get started on here. First, we're going to start off, with the recent images on here. We just use MAME. I have Nibbler pulled up, so we load the game on here. Now through MAME, the easiest way, there's a lot of games that have free play. With free play, you don't need to use coins at all. It's almost like a console game. You just hit start and it begins. So that's what we're going to do. So keep in mind, and a lot of people probably don't know this, but there is a lot of arcades that have free play. And to access that, you press tab to bring up the main menu like this, and you're going to go down to dip switches. Okay, on default it's set on off, and you'll see it's labeled on there free play. All you got to do is change that, hit that on. Now you may need to restart the game on here for that free play to be activated, but that's how you turn it on. It'll be there. Check your dip switches first. If it's there, great. You don't have to worry about anything. Another way on here, I'm going to pull up another game. Let's say Pac-Man on here. Now initially, when you go into dip switches on there, you look for free play and it's not listed. But Pac-Man does have the free play. So let me show you the other way where it could be. It'll be under coinage, where you have your different coin options. 1 coin equals 2 credits, or 2 coins equals 2 credits. You can switch that. And if you keep switching, one of the coinage will list free play like this. So this one also has free play on here. You just got to look into it. So make sure you check coinage and check here if anything that says free play. And that's how you activate those and get those going. Now if you're using a different emulator, let's say like Final Burn Alpha, you're playing like the Final Fight Cab or Street Fighter Cab that use Final Burn Alpha, there's no tab option, but doesn't mean there's no dip switches. You have to just do your hotkey and X button to bring up the RetroArch menu, and it'll be in here. If you scroll down to the word options, under options listed on here, that'll take you pretty much the same screen as you did in MAME. It just looks different, but it has the same feature. So we're going to go down to options here. And if we scroll down, and there's a lot of different stuff you could change on here. Say your coin. Sometimes it could appear in the coin A or coin B. This one happens to have the free play on there, so you just switch that to on. But yeah, even the Final Burn Alpha, like I said, you're able to access that on here, and it's not only main games. So I do want to, and there's other features, so you could change the difficulties and all that. You want to allow continues or not. So, a lot of different options and settings that you could mess around with. But that's how basically free play works. So make sure you check those. Like I said, a lot of the games do have them. People just, I guess, don't know how to access those or don't know about the special features here. So, and that will get rid of most of your games that you don't have to use the coins. And once you do set that, you can save the. You could go to game overrides here, save game overrides. Under the overrides feature, and that'll save any type of settings options you may have changed for that particular game. Okay, let's move on here now. Let's say it doesn't have that. Like, let me switch this free play off on Pac-Man. Let's say it didn't have free play. What do you do then? Well, we're going to back out from the dip switches here. We're going to go into input this game. And this is where I recommend you do input your controls for the MAME. And then you'll have an option here for coin. Now a lot of these older games Donkey Kong, Space Invaders, all those, you only really need one coin door, one coin on there. But you could set this up on here. Basically, this will allow you to set up your player 1 as both your coin and your start button. You know, same thing for player 2. You could put that as one of the coins and also your start button. So if you know, press the player 1, it'll act as both. Now, there's very limited fews that don't let you do this, and something like Dig Dug, I mean, it's very rare. It's mostly some of the older games, you know, like I say, like Dig Dug has this where it won't let you put the coin and start as one button. But there's ways around that, and basically, because some games didn't even have stuff, or they'll use like the action button, like your jump or fire, as your start button, and that's what you could do. You put player 1 as your coin, and then just make your action button as the start button. You know, if it's like 2-player cabs, like let's say like Final Fight, Street Fighter, you'll never run into any problem. Like those are the easiest to configure and set. And I'm going to show you here how to do the Final Burn Alpha or MAME. If you're using like the Final Fight cab, or let's say the Rampage cab, or the Turtles cab, those are the easiest because you have your player 1 and player 2. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go into RetroArch from the main RetroPie menu. And then in here, we go to Settings, and then from Settings we go to Input. And same place where we inputted our hotkeys. Below there, you'll see port 1 and port 2. So it's your first controller, second controller. So we go into port 1. You could here configure your buttons, which you want as your B button, Y, A. And the two that you're going to mainly want is your select and start. So you could set your select as player 1, and also set your start button as player 1. So now, the way the arcade games work on here with RetroArch, your select button is generally your coin button. So anytime you press select, like let's say if I was using a controller, select would be coin, start would be that. So you're making the select and start act as both. Then you just click on save auto config on here, and you're going to do the same thing for controller 2. Now, if you do want to install a coin door here, I'm going to show you how. I got mine from Arcade, but you could pick up a cheaper version, Chinese version from eBay. Either one's fine. You're going to need to take the control deck out here because we're going to need to take that front panel out. Now, what comes in the box here, you get a whole bunch of stuff. This thing's pretty heavy, it's sturdy, it's you can see like it's made out of great quality on here. You got your switch there if you want a power outage for your for it to light up. They give you 2 keys, and then they give you these clamps here that you put on the sides, 2 on the sides, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and that will secure it in. Now the coin door itself, the size on there is 7 by 10. Okay, and what you could do, I mean, you get the box that it comes in. You could cut this out from the cardboard if you're not sure, you know, just to be on the safe side, make sure it's gonna fit on there if it's the first time that you're doing this, and then you could just measure and make sure, you know, it's 7 going from left and right, and then the long way from up and down should be 10. Okay, which it is. So if yours is, then like I said, it should fit on here, and then we could just, like I said, first if you want to test it out, make sure that it's right, it's proper. That's an easy way, easy solution, especially if it's the first time that you're doing something like this. So make sure you don't make mistakes on the measurements. And you could always use this as a frame for when you have to do the actual thing. Okay. Now, one thing is the coin door is a bit thicker than the actual front piece there. So once you cut this out, what I do is just use the extra pieces in the middle, put them together there. So this way the clamps do go down. Otherwise, it's not going to hold it. So you got to put something thicker on the sides. That's all. All right. So let's take a look at this coin door on here, and it basically it's gonna wire same way as any regular button does. You know, it's gonna go right to your USB encoder. So they give you the wiring for it as well. Like I said, the power adapter there, that's just for if you want the light or the coin is there for that to light up. You don't necessarily need it. If you don't want to use the light, you don't have to plug that in. It'll still work. But these are the clamps, you know, like I said, that go on the sides. Main thing is the sides on the left and right. And on the top, you can actually use the G panel. That's wood piece that's already in the cab to hold that one. Bottom one, really, I actually don't even use that. It's not, you know, necessarily. If you get the other sides holding this down, it'll be secured in there. It's not going to go anywhere. So, looking at the frames here, the wiring. First, on the wire, see, like I said, the wood piece here, it's very not thick, so that's why, you know, just keep all the stuff that you cut out because you're gonna need to put that in the middle. On the wire, they give you this wire. It's very long, so you're not gonna run into any issues as far as it's not gonna reach from the bottom to your coder because this thing's long. I didn't measure how long the wiring is, but it's pretty damn long. So, and so you'll have these the same way the buttons do. You're gonna put those in there. You know, from the top, you're gonna leave the middle one open, and you're just gonna put to the top and the bottom switch there. So, just like the buttons. Now on the end, you're gonna have to take one of your like a wire that you use for a button or half joystick, and you're just going to need to slide this in to the metal piece. There's a split end on the other end. It's your regular button style. If you wanted to hook this up to another, let's say a button, so to have the button and this do the same thing, you could. But the one you want is there's these metal pieces on there, and you just basically slide your regular wires that you use for, you know, like I said, your buttons or whatever, into those, and that's it. That's all the wiring really that you're gonna need to do with the coin door, and then the end there now could just be plugged in to the USB encoder as anything else, you know. That's all on the wiring job. I'm going to show you. Basically, take these. Like I said, it goes to the coin switch. But that's it. That very simple. They give you two coin doors. You know, this is great because you could open it should you need to go inside the cabinet without, you know, taking it apart from the back. You'll have access from the front. Now, looking at the actual panel here, the iPad. You have there's little indents on the bottom. That'll tell you that's the bottom piece, you know. So when you're looking at this and facing it, the bottom will be those indents. And the size of this is 18 by 18. So from up and down is 18, and going from left and right will also be 18. So it's the same size on either end. So if we're taking the door now, which is 7 by 10. Okay, from up and down. Since it's 10 and our wood piece here is 18, we're going to come down 4 from the top and 4 from the bottom. Okay, so you'll make your marks, draw a line across 4 centimeters down from the top and 4 from the bottom. And then going from left and right, it's 7. So since the board is 18, that means 5.5 on both sides. So when you're measuring from your left right, you go 5.5. Put your mark, draw the straight line, and same thing from the right side of the board. Go 5.5 centimeters out, and then draw your line. And once you do that, you should get a nice squared centered box on here. And then just to make sure you can measure this, your square there, like I said, it's coming 5.5 from the sides, 4 from up and down. Just measure there. Make sure you have 7 by 10. So we'll grab our measurement here, and got 7 over there, and then the long way should be 10. Okay, and if it's not, you can make your adjustments here and there. That's it. Now when we're attaching the coin door here, keep in mind there's a K board right there, If you already have the coin door attached to your panel there, it's not going to fit because it's going to block the coin door, so you can't slide it down. So you're going to need to either take the K piece out and then put it back in, or if you want to leave the K piece there, just slide the panel there without the door and then put the door in once it's in place. Either way will work on here. And then if we take a look in the inside here, there's my clamps. I use the extra pieces from the middle piece that I cut out, and from the top I got that K board there, which is clamped, secured good in there. And this thing's holding it pretty good, pretty snug, pretty tight. It ain't going anywhere on there. So that's the coin door from the inside. And the wiring there, like I said, it's going to go to your USB encoder, but it's pretty much to it. Now, just like the J panel for your buttons, they do also sell these the front panel there already cut up there for you. So all you got to do is put the coin door in. So let's say you worry about or you don't want to cut anything. Placing this, these guys already do the job for you. Or let's say sometime you may want to revert back to the stock on there without damaging any of your the artwork or your panel there. You could purchase these, only $25 on there from Tulsa Arcade, and then you'll get the coin door. I'll leave links in the description there for both should you want to pick one of these up. That does it here. Any questions, comments, leave them below.